Welcome everybody. It is downhill round 3. We are back in Austria, where this time last year the scenes in the bowl were as electric as they are iconic up here where I am, and where there are 2 brand new carvings in these historic stumps. For 2023's home winners in Leogang, the pressure is on, but the rewards could be very, very sweet.
Leogang race course in Saalfelden, Leogang, Austria. 2.1 kilometers in length, just shy of 450 vertical meters of drop. The upper section, it is a bit bike parky, but you have to be fast, you have to be precise. And the epic bike park Leogang Wood of Fame sets you up for the Motul high speed section, the motorway section, split 3. One of the most pivotal parts of our track here in Leogang as we dip back down into the steep and deep woods. Valley's Hole and the Shimano last turn. It almost claimed Ronan Dunne yesterday. It's claimed numerous athletes in the past.
All right, well, he got to do the extra long wait in the start gate waiting for this one. But, man, speaking of what could have been, the run he was on in Poland a couple weeks ago, that could have been a winning run.
Wow.
Had a little bit of a weird crash towards the bottom of the track. But this kid, what a story on that team.
Now, look at this catch berm.
Oh,
Now,
see how he hooks out of it and gets extra high? That's what you got to do. But, man, the commitment there was high to get that done.
It was committed. It was fast.
Make sure you're in the right gear here.
Little Manny into the motorway section, and that results in a even faster time. So right now, Loic Stevens-McNab is 1.6 seconds up into the motorway section. So he is building on that run from Bielsko-Biala.
Yeah, he's
Little BMX
here.
Manny onto these jumps here. Loic Stevens-McNab, the Kiwi, 2.9 seconds up into sector 4. He comes into the Shimano Rock Garden to finish. He needs to maintain composure here and claim his rightful spot on top of the hot seat. What can he do? He navigates the ruts with ease. He's back on the pedals. He'll be happy with this. He's finally got redemption from a couple of weeks ago. Lachlan Stevens-McNab across the line.
Yeah.
With a 3 minutes 8.6, 4.4 seconds faster. Be careful of your volume dials. Andreas Kolb is on track. Look at how precise that opening corner was. He's been higher than anyone else we've seen so far. Andy Kolb launches onto the wall ride. Not scared one bit. He's actually dropped a little bit of time there, so Andy Kolb has it against him into the finish.
Yeah, pushing right out to the edge of that bridge. Yeah, surprising to see him lose a little time on the flats there, but this is where he excelled and kind of made the difference last year. Jumping into that, man.
Down the steps. Are you cracking jokes? Andy Kolb.
High line there.
Is high. Goes for the high line. That inside line. We've only seen Reece Wilson take that so far. Through the ruts, he arrives to the finish arena and is going to be carried to the line by the screams of his adoring crowd. Andreas Kolb across the line and goes into second position. 0.3 back from Loic Stevens-McNab. He doubled off the steps. Is he cracking jokes?
That was awesome.
Wow. Finn Iles. He's had a turbulent start. He did not put down a qualifying run yesterday. He had a huge crash, but he was protected. So we don't know what is in store for Finn Iles here today. He has almost won before. He almost won last year, but crashed in one of the last corners of track.
Looks like he barely held on to that high. Yeah, big question mark out of Finn. I think it was a thumb injury in practice yesterday. He chose to opt out of the qualifier and the semi. He's protected, so he knew he could get into the finals.
Oh, what's going on
now.
here?
Hopefully that tire's got air in it.
Yeah, that looks a little...
Folding it in there a little bit.
A little schlappy.
Yeah, looks good.
So
yeah, and he's up.
So good. All right, he's up right now. So Finn Iles has been a bit sneaky this week, but he's 0.6 of a second up in the upper section here. Another athlete that would thrive in the bike park sections.
We know he's had the pace here in the past. He's generally... Oh, yeah, he's extending. I was going to say Finn's going to be really fast, I would guess, on this motorway.
1.9 seconds up.
Yeah, they've got these bikes working really good. I don't know if he's working with a lockout here or not, but him and Bruni don't seem to ever lose time on these types of sections. So
well over 60 kilometers an hour. He's 1.9 seconds up at the second sector. So Finn Iles has been foxing all week, but he's laying all his cards down right now.
Yeah, this is just a great example of somebody that shows up when it's time.
Look how good he looks. I love the strong, low style of Finn Iles. Dips it in, waits the outside foot peg. He's 1 second up for Sector 4. He slaps the base out of the final corner. He's pedaling to the finish arena. Finn Iles, 154. I highly doubt that, but across the line, Finn Iles will claim the hot seat.
Wow. What a run.
Wow, Finn Iles with a 3 minutes and 7 second time.
Yeah, good recovery there, but you can see the foot still not clipped in. He's got to try to get it back in here. Giving up some more time. Yeah, I think he's still not got back into that. What's hard too when it's muddy like this, if you unclip and you dab a foot, sometimes you then fill your foot up. Yeah, he still looks like he's still fighting to get back in that pedal.
Yeah, he might
your cleat fills up with mud, and then you go to clip in, and it's like stuck. It won't go back in, so you got to try to keep searching for it. It's so frustrating when that happens.
A lot of these riders cranking up their cleats, so it's almost impossible for their foot to come out, so it makes it even more difficult to get their foot back in when it does come out. Vergier across the line with a 3:14.704. So he stepped right into it yesterday, grabbed an extra gear, came away with a solid race time that made him feel like himself. Oh, he's maybe pushing too hard now, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a little thing. You can't tell, but there's all kinds of roots on the backside of that little jump they do. And he kind of just got a little over the front. They're also off camber there, and you can kind of jump to the right and get on the bank. But if you do that, you kind of risk landing on those roots. Yeah, see how hard he turns right. Yeah. And there's a root on the lip of that jump, so it just started sliding early. There's a bit of a spring in that rock section, too, or that stump section, so the water kind of never stops running through the middle of there. But good recovery. That's a hard spot to make a mistake. He will have had to put a big effort in there to get that speed back on the motorway. So you can tell he's given up some time. And he's breathing hard because he's paying for it right now. So he's got to be able to kind of regroup here, get his breath back, and get ready to kind of send it here at the bottom.
As soon as you unsettle yourself, but to the line, let's see what Ronan Dunne can pull out for the final couple of sectors.
Whoa, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, just about exited out the back door on that one. There's so many things that kind of happen to these riders through the weekend, and you very rarely actually know what's actually going on before they drop into a run.
Oh, yeah, there's a bit of oversteer or understeer going on there. It's another corner where he looks a bit skittish on those high speed. That front tire looks slightly soft to me. He's not scared of it, but
that's what I was wondering, if he maybe burped a little air in one of the tires. He's looking pretty good down here, though. Seems like the intensity and the aggression starting to ramp up a little bit.
He's charging to the line. What has he got in store for us? Massive overjump. Ocean O'Callaghan goes third. Wow. 0.8 of a second. There's nothing wrong with that young fella. Into the stumps. This is a crucial bit. Gets the lily pad. Nice and high. Great speed.
This is where Luca's going to start to shine right here. Looks good to me. He's going to know he's been giving up time down here yesterday, and he can't afford to do that, so I would expect a little bit of urgency out of him.
Here we go. He's on the limit now. He's looking cool and calm, but he is fighting for it. The speed of the man looks straight line. He navigates.
Oh, and he's up. He's offline, though. He's going to give away right there.
Oh,
he probably just gave that back up straight away, but if he can regroup here, he might be close.
He needs to make it up for it. Look at that, that inside line that's caught out so many riders, that corner there.
He's going to be strong to the finish here, hard on the pedals.
What do we got? Luca Shaw across the line with an exceptional run. Luca Shaw goes into sixth of that run. He wasn't even happy with it.
Everybody was tight and close, and then Loic came down and was like, whoa. So this could be a huge run. We heard Finn say it. He knows there's more time left out there, so that is, if somebody's going to go get it, Loic will be the guy.
Self-proclaimed, said he was struggling this morning with the wet. He wasn't too sure, squidding around.
I was going to say, the more the track's drying out, the more this is going to kind of start to play into his strengths. Being the last guy down the hill, he definitely put himself in the right spot today to give himself the best possible track as it's drying out a little bit every time here. So it's going to be tricky for him in the bottom. I know he would prefer it to be a little drier, but he's definitely got the skills to make it happen. And he's up at the first split, so
he's up at the first split, so here we go. He's 0.1 of a second up. Loic Bruni is on one here. He put in a heater yesterday to take home the semi-finals. What can he have in store today? He wasn't happy with his semi-final run yesterday, but today is where it counts, and this is the final. He goes to
New
inside line.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody do that yet.
The first rider we've seen to take that line. Now pay attention, because this is what Loic succeeded at yesterday. He was off the main line. He missed the bumps. He missed the roots, and he was accelerating where other riders were getting caught. That line at the top is a prime example of Loic Bruni.
High in the grass there too, early on the pedals.
He's lost a little bit of time,
That's
surprisingly.
All right. Everybody's losing time to Finn in that second split somehow. He laid down something incredible, but he is right there, and I would guess he is not going to give any more time away on this motorway. See him manualing onto the deck there, staying nice and low.
Super low, taking advantage of that electronic suspension, that locking it out, making it stiffer, means the bike accelerates forward a little bit easier. It doesn't absorb all the bumps quite so much, and it does it electronically, so we don't have to think about it. One button on, one button off, and away we go.
Yeah, real light on the bike here. Getting those pumps.
Here we go, Aaron.
This is going to be tight, man.
All right, we're 0.3 up.
Deep into the bridge, and he's up.
0.6 up into the woods. He's 0.6 up off the motorway, coming into the steepest section of track.
Oh, man. Just absolutely greased that.
Greases one of the most technical corners on the track. He's just got a bit unsettled here. He needs to relax.
Yeah.
170,
there,
I believe it.
Little huckabuck gapping into that. He's going for it. I haven't seen Loic be this aggressive in the mud for a while.
He's always so composed. He's charging here, and he needs to charge. He knows he needs to push.
Yeah, smart there, just kind of regathering himself. He's smart, though. He'll know where he can push and where he needs to kind of be patient.
Now he's got that anticipation going on. Watch as he anticipates the next section of track.
Extending, too. Clean around that corner.
Loic Bruni is 1.8 seconds up in the steepest part of the track. He's charging to that massive gap. Watch then, he just hit his electronic suspension again. He is paying attention here. This was one of the key parts yesterday.
Got to be careful down here. We've seen races thrown away in these last two turns, but I don't think Loic's going to do that today.
He's not going to do it today. He hops over the ruts. He accelerates even faster. The first rider to be up on the grass, Loic Bruni, to the line. An absolute display. What does he have? Loic Bruni with a 3:05.5. What an exceptional run from the man himself, our overall World Cup Series leader. Loic Bruni claims the win here at Leogang. An exceptional style. Look at the swagger of the man.
That'll do it. What a ride out of Finn in second, too, after overcoming the injury.
That was exceptional. This is becoming a theme this year, Aaron. We've seen this from Loic
on the podium.
Wow.
Incredible. I really thought I didn't have it today, like the condition changing so much compared to yesterday, which was more my style. So I tried everything I had. I was betting on the track drying up a bit. So I was really glad to start last. And I had so many thoughts at the start, I was a bit lost. And it was crazy. I pushed so much. I did some mistakes at the top. I was visualizing the first turn so many times before I dropped in, and I blew it. So I was like, no. And then I kind of got going after the motorway, and my wood section was better than what I expected, so I'm so happy.
Super Bruni indeed. That was a display. The confidence is building, and once this man gets on a roll, wow. Good luck to anyone trying to beat this man for the rest of the season. Loic Bruni, #1 here in Leogang. Got the series leaders jersey and a certain swagger that will be hard to stop for the rest of the season. Thibaut Deprella comes home in 10th. Troy Brosnan 9th. Bernard Kerr in 8th. Ocean O'Callaghan claims 4th. 3rd for Lachlan Stevens-McNab on the podium. Finn Iles in 2nd, and Loic Bruni dominates with a 3:05. Here's a look at all the different sectors. So Loic Bruni claims the first sector, even with that slight mistake. Finn Iles claims #2. Luca Shaw was the fastest on the motorway. No surprises there. But Bruni dug his heels in and did what... Now overall downhill elite men's standings, Loic Bruni continues to lead with a commanding gap over Luca Shaw. Finn Iles is in 3rd. Troy Brosnan in 4th position. Ronan Dunne holds on to 5th. Loris Bergier in 6th. Benoit Collange, Dakota Norton, Andreas Kolb, and Amory Piron round out the top 10. Ocean O'Callaghan slides into 11th. Lachlan Stevens-McNab is up to 13th with that performance. Matt Walker holds on to 20th.